Welcome. Welcome to Tools of Fortune. We'll start by lighting a candle to the Mary of Guadalupe. We ask for divine feminine guidance in this situation. Divine feminine guidance as we seek after the truth. We seek after the truth. The truth about why we do the things that we do. The understanding of why. I hope that I'm able to do this. I do have a migraine coming on. I took some migraine meds not too long ago. So I don't know what time to do this, but I'm starting with this question of self-sabotage. Self-sabotage. Why do we sabotage ourselves? Why and the self-sabotage could be any kind of a behavior that derails your happiness in this moment. And sometimes I call this like a psychic wound, where you wound yourself on a soul level. A lot of stuff in our lives is this. There is the wounds that we gain from other people, but these are deep wounds, these psychic wounds. And so I want to read about why it is that we do this. Why do we sabotage our behavior? I'm going to read using the tarot. Why do we self-sabotage? Why do we sabotage ourselves? Welcome. Why do we sabotage ourselves? There will be 4 cards. Issue and advice for why, or these cards fell out. Okay. Self-sabotage begins when maybe we are overburdened. We have too many things going on. We are maybe at the end, we are at the edge of making it and pushing that rock up the hill. Let's see what these cards say. So, reasons why. A change in the luck. We're going through a difficult lesson. We're trying to figure out how to cope, to endure. And in this sense of being all on your own and thinking that you got it all going on. And then you do something that just derails everything. And only you can know what that is, what those things are. Maybe you have given up smoking or drinking or something like that, and then you go back. You go back to those habits. You go back to those old habits. Let's go look at the crosswords oracle and just see what it has to say. What the energy is around self-sabotage. What is the energy around self-sabotage? What energy precedes self-sabotage? Okay. Maybe we are in a place of, it could be that, you could be in a place of what this is creative expression, self-expression. We're just feeling as though we just exist in this place. No one to talk to, alone. We're alone. Or maybe we're trying to impress someone else. I wonder if this stream is clear. I'm going to have to check and see if it is clear. It should be. I'm using a direct hard line here. This isn't really telling very much. Maybe that I'm kind of disconnected right now. I'm roaring inside. Rig. You're trying to rig the system. Existing in gear. Rigging the system. Existing in gear. Going along in autopilot. Things get tough. And then you get stuck in the tar. And derail everything that you have sought to achieve. That's that. I don't think it answered the question. I feel unsatisfied about that. Let's go ask. Hello, Chloe. Welcome, Mama Sushi. Why do you think we self-sabotage? Why do we sabotage ourselves? Do you have an idea? The screen is black for me. It's not really black. I'm testing it out. It's not really black over on my test screen. Maybe it's black for other people too. Is it black? Is the screen black for you, Chloe? Okay, so it's going. So what is the energy behind self-sabotage? I'm going to ask what's the vibe? What is the energy behind self-sabotage? What is the energy behind self-sabotage? What is the energy behind self-sabotage? What is the energy behind? There's one card. Narcissism. burning bridges. So what is the energy behind it is one of self-absorption. You're just burning things up behind you. But then you're always asking for that second chance. What else is here? Waves and waves of anxiety, worry, the energy that exists behind. A moment of self-sabotage. And cutting ties with whatever is going on. So inside, there's waves of fear and anxiety, illusionary thought, a lack of trust in spirit, a lack of trust with your neighbor, a lack of trust, and then above it all, you're just too self-absorbed. So what I see here, the energy of here, what was the tarot energy that I drew? So self-sabotage are causes here. The energy behind causes is self-absorption. That's not spelled right. Fear and anxiety. Cutting ties. Illusionary thought. Thinking. Illusionary thinking and burned bridges. So turning your back on. When turning back on. Rigging the system. Rigging the system. Being in the wrong gear. The wrong gear. Yes, that's right. Exactly. That's what I was kind of thinking. Because I know that we all do this. I do this too. I get like, it's like when the going is really good, and then I engage in some kind of a self-sabotaging behavior or not whatnot. And I wanted to explore this here. This is probably not the last time I'll explore it here, but I'm exploring it here tonight because, we got this full moon going on. We got a full moon and all that full moon energy and so forth. I think that painting I'm going to do is going to turn out really well. Cutting ties from the higher self. So before I started here, I drew some tarot cards and thinking of what self-sabotage is like or what it comes from. To me, it starts here. I'm starting here in this moment here and being like a 10 of Cups moment or like the world. the world. It's like at the world where we're kind of like on this high point. It starts on a high point, but then something in me, my shadow self, thinks that things are too good to be true, and then you got this guy stealing away, like this sort of a spirit of disharmony, stealing your energy, stealing everything what you've earned and things you have earned. Then you kind of sit in this spot here. The aftermath of a self-sabotage or a psychic wound is laying in your bed crying because someone inside you has slayed your wisdom. Yeah, that's kind of what I think. I don't know. Does that sound reasonable? I mean, these are just cards I just pulled out random. I like this deck, but the cards are sticky and they're kind of hard to. I don't like pulling cards when they're in the sticky deck. I'm gonna look at a different deck here and try. And then we have this is also you're in this place where, yeah, that makes or you're in this place of this is a complete self-imposed prison. This is where you feel like you should be, in this sort of a self-imposed prison, because you don't feel like you deserve this. You don't deserve to feel good or to be happy or whatever, and you just feel instead that you really deserve to be in your own self-imposed prisons where there's somebody that's tormenting you, or your inner voices are tormenting you, and so forth. And so you have the anti-love number, being tormented by your interior lies. And so, and as a result, you're sitting here laying in bed at night crying under the illusions of the moon. It's kind of what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking about. We're just kind of going at this pretty logically. This is going to be a short live stream, simply because I'm entering into a migraine moment, and so let's just try something else here while we're just doing the practice. I'm gonna go. Let's go to this oracle. We're still looking at self-sabotage. What? No, I don't know. I don't that. I don't think that one's. I don't think that's going to give me the information I'm seeking. But I think that this deck might. It has some nuances. Let's see what it says about. Yeah. That's what my intuition said. It was like spirits of evil, But of course, I kind of run from that perspective. I think that those spirits of evil, they just exist within us, and yeah. And then our trauma and the beliefs will hold. Yeah, that's right. Because because everybody walking around has some kind of trauma. I mean, I haven't met a person who doesn't have trauma, you know, doesn't have never suffered from a broken heart or, or something like that. Haven't had something. Well, it shows that love is the answer. Love is the answer to all of these things. It's that the answer to try to minimize. Now, I'm not doing as much of this self-sabotage as I used to when I was younger. When I was younger, like I was doing this kind of stuff all the time. It still happens, though. It's like, when will it ever stop? I guess that's the next question I think that's the next question I'm gonna ask is, I'm just gonna ask for myself. I'm gonna ask this question for myself. Is, when will I stop sabotaging my progress? When will I stop? And we'll just kind of clear the air out here just a little bit. Wipe the slate clean. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to ask that question is, when, I'm going to get a new card. I bought a whole bunch of these note cards so I can write these intentions down. When will I stop Sabotagin? When will I stop sabotaging myself? You sabotage yourself every day. Yeah, I did when I was younger. I mean, it's getting less. It gets less as I get older, but it still happens. I mean, that's... So, when will I stop self-sabotaging? So when will I stop? I'm just going to throw some cards down. Try to figure out some kind of a narrative. I'm not going to do a spread here. When will I stop self-sabotaging? When will I stop self-sabotaging myself? When will I stop sabotaging myself? When will I stop sabotaging myself? And I guess it wants those ones. I don't know if this is going to even tell me anything. A lot of negative cards. Huh. So that's interesting. The card that's standing out is that this is this sense of refusing to let go. In the death card reverse, you're refusing to move on to a transformed state. So to stop sabotaging yourself, it means you have to let go and allow yourself to move forward into a transformed state. And so the other things, to stop is being overwhelmed by emotion. Stop being overwhelmed by emotion. Stop your own internal corruption. Stop being corrupt. Stop being bossy. No, I'm not. Maybe I am kind of a bossy person. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that one makes sense. This Nine of Wands energy to push through it, not give up trying. Stop being scared. Yeah, stop being scared. Let's see what the next card is. The next card here, this would be a solution card, is to build your foundations. So how do you, because this is not an energy you would want to stop. This would be something that that would help you to get beyond that need to self-sabotage. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's just go. I'm going to ask the question differently. How can I get beyond Yes, you're right. It can. That would be being bossy. Could be having expectations from the universe, and yes, exactly that. So maybe we kind of look at. Let's go back and take those cards, and we'll just kind of look at them. Look at these states. These are the things to stop. I mean, stop. One is so letting go of past wounds. Stop being scared. Stop trying to be the boss of the universe. Stop trying to be the boss of the universe. That's a good one. That's good. Thank you, Mama Sushi. And we have stop being melodramatic or moody. Stop being moody or overwhelmed. Stop being moody and overwhelmed by emotion. And stop internal corruption. INTERNA, internal corruption. Stop internal corruption. And then stop being negative. Stop being negative. Because you go in and you get into a state, so by self-sabotage, how do you stop that? Well, maybe these are some points to be aware. So it's like being aware of yourself, being aware that you're doing these things. So you're looking at, what you're looking at is these signs when you could possibly self-sabotage as you're starting to get negative, or maybe you're engaging in corrupt behaviors, fighting for no reason, or fighting just for the sake of fighting, being angry because you're addicted to being angry, being moody because you're addicted to being moody. I guess the question to ask is self-sabotage an addictive behavior? Now, that's actually interesting, because there's a lot of these things. There's a lot of things that I just think are addictive behaviors. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna ask a yes/no. So, like, the things that I have like trouble with, like lust, that's like a big thing that I have trouble with. That's like one of those male things, and it's just probably an everything thing. Because I remember someone else talking about that. This is very helpful. Oh, good. And so I have, because as my testosterone-driven self, I do have problems with lust. It's less at 57 than it was at 16. I mean, way less, but that's also because those emotions. So what I'm going to ask the question is lust addictive? And I'm going to go and ask the question next, is lust addictive? Is it addictive? Because I know that I'm not the only person who struggles with lust. I know that I'm not. I know that's and then the other question, we're going to ask this other question here right after this, is self-sabotage addictive? Maybe we'll start here, because we're still on this idea of self-sabotage. Is it something that we are just plain addicted to? Are we just addicted to it? Because there are a lot of people who, I know, because this is my Christianity that is speaking, is that because we have these issues that we're plagued with, and there are like these forces within society that tries to say that some of these things are hardwired in us, but maybe they're not hardwired. Maybe they're just plain addictions that we have. I don't think maybe self-sabotage is. So is it an addictive behavior? So that's the question. Is self-sabotage, and I think I'm gonna do a 3-card yes/no spread, and we're just gonna go with. I'm not gonna use a keyword deck. I'm gonna use this universal weight deck, and we're gonna look at the cards that come up in the orders that they come up, and so generally a 3-card yes/no spread, where it's like all 3 cards are up, that's a hard yes. If there's one of them down, that's a that's sort of a soft yes, and then vice versa. So I guess I need to mix these cards up pretty good. So we'll just do that first. Mix them up, because I think most of them are upright. So having, we're just gonna run them down here like a salad, a tarot salad here. Yeah. So we're gonna mix this up. It's a tossed tarot salad. Got a tossed tarot salad. So the lowest chakras rule those human urges, but we can balance them out, yeah, with the higher things. I know, I just kind of remember like something from like theology class. It was an ethics class, and they were having these same kind of conversations when I was at George Fox University, and it was like, well, okay, because young men, in the church, they're always like praying about that. They're praying about their urges and their lust and those kind of things, and how to live a more pure life, and things like that, and because I remember going to this, because when I was like in Seattle and I was journeying with this group called Church of the Undignified. They're kind of like a Nazarene offshoot, and I journeyed with them, but I wasn't really a joiner because, as a practicing Catholic, these were just like side adventures, and but I remember when one of the men's groups that they kind of subdivided up in, and it was all about, trying to maintain body purity and all that, and having to, talk about, you're abusing yourself and so forth. And of course, I thought that was all very silly, but I don't know. Maybe there was a point to it, and I'm sure there was a point to it. But then my mind went back to that Christian ethics class, and I think it was in Christian ethics, but it may have been in another one where, and they talked about these things, is because how do you know, and I'm just speaking from a male perspective, that how do you know that when you stop engaging in these behaviors, is it because of spiritual forces, or is it because your body's hormone layers have just dropped down through the floor? And that's really the question. Welcome, Christina. Welcome. And so we're just oh, no, you're fine, because no, you're okay. You're okay, Mama Susie, because we're just having like a little discussion here, and that's fine. And so we're gonna go back over here. Let me just clear the air out, because I was just thinking of something else here. And I want to see what the cards are gonna have to say myself. So let's just okay. All right. Is self-sabotage an addiction? Is self-sabotage an addiction? Is self-sabotage an addictive behavior? Okay. Is self-sabotage an addictive behavior? Well, in this sense, it's saying it's given a hard no that it isn't, an addictive behavior. So what that means is that you can, it's something that you can stop. So okay, it says it's not an addictive behavior, but are all my cards upside down? Is that what's going on here? No. So it says no, but maybe it's more like a dependency. So it says no, but I don't necessarily believe the answer. It says no. And then what maybe we go is self-sabotage. A dependence. Is it a dependence? Like behavior we develop a dependence upon. We develop a dependence upon. Okay, it's a pretty complicated question. There's a lot of yes, no there. So, but in this, like, no, it's like you're looking at it and you're denying yourself. But the mechanisms of self-sabotage here, it seems you're just denying yourself the to be reborn. You're denying yourself that. Is it divinely planned? We're going to ask that question next. Then, okay. I'm going to ask that. Is sabotage, DIVI, divinely planned? Okay. So that's Mama Sushi's question. We're going to ask that one, and they'll go back to the other one. Okay, I get you. Is it like part of a divine plan? Okay, is self-sabotage is it divinely planned? Is self-sabotage divinely planned? Is it divinely planned? Mary, help to answer this question. Is self-sabotage divinely planned? Is self-sabotage divinely planned? Yes, no. Is self-sabotage... Let me do this. I probably shouldn't do this right in the middle of a shuffle. Yeah, like maybe we aren't meant to do certain things yet until we learn something else. Yeah. Like learn how to recognize. So is self-sabotage divinely planned? Okay. One. So, this is a soft yes. It is a soft yes. So it has I'm going to say it is yes with a question mark. So it's like a soft yes. Yeah, I'm reading the subject, Christina, and I'm kind of starting these readings like this. Because a lot of times I don't have anybody coming in yet. So I'm going to be doing a subject like this at the beginning of every single one of these live streams for the time being, trying to go look at hard questions, real things about people, and just trying to speak, honest and real about life. And so that's why we're doing this tonight. No, it's no sorry. It's no sorry. But did you want to, if you have a question, so sexual energy can be really useful when connecting to guides, just like, oh, join, okay. I will give you Christina, I will read for you. When I finish going through this exercise, I just want to go ask a couple more questions here. And so it was a soft yes, but then you look at it, you're stabbing yourself in the back. You're not tending your garden, but there's this whole world to be gained. So in what you're saying here is that when we do these self-sabotages, we are in this place that we are we're on this like a mountaintop experience, but we do this in order to come down off that mountain. Because that's sometimes how I think about it too. Because sometimes if I self-sabotage, it's that I'm really trying to disconnect myself from spirit realities, and things get a little bit too intense. And sabotage. Things get too intense, and I need to come down that mountain. And that's one of the ways self-sabotage. But I overcome self-sabotage when it came to tobacco addiction a long time ago. And thank God I don't have an alcohol addiction. I mean, I never developed one of those. But let's go back to that other question that was right underneath it, and then I'll get on to Christina, and we'll come back to this self-sabotage at a different time, because this is really a big, that makes a lot, yeah, grounding lesson. A grounding in the lesson. Hi, Juice World. Welcome. We're just going to do this question here, and then I'm going to move on to Christina. And I'm not gonna be on for 3 hours tonight like I was last night, because I can't. But anyways. So the next question is self-sabotage a behavior we develop a dependency upon? So like a dependency, and when I'm thinking of like a dependency is like a difference between an addiction and a dependency. So if you have chronic pain, and I'm just using this example, if you have chronic pain and there's no cure, no way to cure it that you know of, and you're taking opiate drugs, that does not mean you are addicted to those opiates, but it does mean you have a dependency upon, you're dependent upon these substances in order to live your life. So is self-sabotage something that helps us to live our lives? That's the question. Does that make sense? So a dependency. Is self-sabotage something we develop a dependency on? Is self-sabotage something we become dependent upon? Does self-sabotage help us to live our life? Is self-sabotage something we develop a dependency to? Is self-sabotage something we are dependent upon to live this life? Okay. This one says no. That card's come up twice now. So this is a hard no. So again, it's not like a hard no. That's interesting. It's not something we develop a dependency upon to live this life. And it's not addictive. So what that tells me is that it is a behavior. So let's say, can we stop self-sabotage at any time? That's actually, we'll just try it that way. Can self-sabotage be stopped at will? Okay. Can self-sabotage be stopped at will? 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 Give it a good old shuffle. All right. 1, 2, 3. Well, that says yes. It means that we can stop at any time. You can just stop it. So that just means, like what we went through before, you recognize the signs of the precursor feelings and things that happen right before you want to self-sabotage. And so maybe this is some exercise that you do for yourself. You journal, why do you self-sabotage? And then each time we go forward with this, we learn a little bit more wisdom. Start over every single time. Gain some interior wisdom, gain more power. And as you keep on going through this cycle through this, and maybe it actually should be like this, that you cycle through and through and through this thing. Like the very first card, yeah. That you keep cycling through this each time you self-sabotage, that eventually you will gain. And that you know, I did say that number 4, didn't I? Once I said that number 4 in that building of the foundations. And when you build those foundations, and you build the foundation of your life up, that eventually maybe you will quit sabotaging yourself and sabotaging your development, and you go on to the next stage. Okay. All right, that's good. Thank you for helping me with this. I'm going to go one of these. I don't know what question I would ask this one. We already asked what the spirit of, I don't know. Yeah. How about, is Christina still there? It's time for, we'll go ask Christina her question. And if Christina's still here, she can ask her question. All right, what is your question, Christina? I got no space on this table. I got like 10 decks of cards. Yes. And all right, why don't you state your question again? All right, Mama Sushi, we'll see you the next time. Thank you very much for being here. Okay. For Christina. That's not spelled right. So we'll just use this for something else. There is no H in it. I'm just gonna write and do this. And this is your question. And Lee is your ex, right? I'm gonna put is Christina's ex feeling sad and lonely without her? Okay. Okay, let's clear the air. Okay. So, Mary, Christine is asking a question. 3 card, yes, no spread. Three card, yes, no spread. Is Christina's ex sad and lonely without her? Christina's ex. What is that? A bug? Where's that green bug coming from? It's Christina's ex sad and lonely without her. Comes through the window. It's Christina's ex sad and lonely without her. It's Christina's ex sad and lonely without her. So, Christina, tell me when to stop shuffling. Tell me when to stop shuffling. Can tell me when to stop shuffling, Christina. Tell me when to stop shuffling, Christina. Okay, it's starting to get cold. 1, 2, 3. So, Christina, that's a hard no. So, Lee is not sad and lonely without you. That's what the tarot says. Let's go find out what the vibe is about this. You know, I'm going to do this relationship deck. I haven't really used this one too much yet, but so this is a book about, is a deck about relationships, and I want to find out what is the energy around, what is the energy around Christina's, what is the energy around this relationship? What is the energy around this relationship? What is the energy around this relationship? And we're asking for the truth. For the truth. We don't want any fantasies here. We want the truth. What is the truth? What is the truth about this relationship? What is the truth about this relationship? Tell us the truth about this relationship. Tell us the truth about this relationship. Just nothing but the truth. That's what Christina needs. Christina needs to know what the truth is. We want to see what the truth is. What is the truth? What is the truth? What is the truth about this relationship? Okay. This is uprights only. Okay. So the 3 cards are too many excuses and a feeling of incompleteness within yourself and doing too much. So Christina, what the truth that is going on right now in this moment is too many excuses. And you're feeling incomplete. And maybe it's time for you to feel complete within yourself. And you're giving too much of your energy to something that just might not be. So I want to find out something. I want to find out where you're at. I want to find out where. So, yeah, okay, so he has too many excuses. Okay, so these cards make sense to you? I'm going to find out where you are at. Yeah. I want to find out where you are at right now. And I'm going to use this, where you are at in your journey. I'm going to ask the tarot to find out where you are at in this journey. And this here is, so this question is all about you. And it's not about him. It's not about anyone else. And so I'm going to ask you in this, I'm going to shuffle these cards. And who you are in this journey is, I'm going to tell you, go through this. This is, I'm missing a card. How can it be missing a card? Maybe it's still over here. I'm going to explain to you a little bit about this. It shouldn't be missing a card. I must have just blown right past it. I'm missing a card. We can't do it then. Where's the Fool card at? Is it right back here? No. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. It's got 22 cards. How come I can't find that card? Am I just really blind? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 21. There's 22 cards here. It should be here. Why can't I see it? There it is. It's upside down. Okay. So, all right. I'm sorry I was here. So in this journey, this is you. You are this energy. You are this energy right now. And you are in a journey between where one starts at the magician and it ends in the world. And this is the Fool's journey. But I want to find out where you are at in this, where you are at right now. Right now, we're looking about right now, this moment. Not tomorrow, not this morning, not yesterday, just right this moment. It's only about this moment now. So I want you to just to keep this in mind. This is only about this moment right now, right now. It's not about tomorrow. It's not about a half an hour from now. It's not about 5 minutes from now. It's not about 5 minutes ago. It's about right this moment. And this is the only moment that we are in, and we are everything that we are talking about right now with you, Christina, is about right now. And I want you to bring your attention to right this moment, to right now, not to yesterday and not to tomorrow, to right now. I want you to do that for me, please. And while we're doing that, I want to find out where you're at. We want to see where you're at in this moment. And I'm going to mix these cards up. And I want you to tell me when to stop mixing the cards up. You want to tell me when to stop mixing the cards up. I'm going to watch the screen, and you're going to tell me when to stop mixing the cards up. And that... So, whenever you feel like you should stop mixing the cards, okay, we'll stop right here. So we're going to looking through here to see where the Fool is at, because that is who you are in this journey. I just like blew past it again. That's weird. I haven't had this issue before. It was here. Okay. So you are in between essentially two states. You're in between you're in between a lack of justice, what you have coming ahead of you is a feeling of dissatisfaction that you're not going to find justice in this moment. And what's behind you is a lack of rebirth. And so the Judgment card is mostly about leaving things behind and being born again. This is, so it's that sense of like the angel blows the horn and people pop out of the graves and they are new. They're just brand new, and everything that bothered them before is gone, and they are just a new being. But you're in a state where that state is blocked. You're blocked from becoming a new being, and you haven't left anything behind. This is for no, I'm getting a migraine from, I have a, this is for Christina. It's for her reading. And so this, in a sense, it's not a collective reading. And so you're hanging on to things in the past. And so what you have holding on to you in this moment is things in your past. You're holding on to them and you're not allowing yourself to move forward. But ahead of you is a sense that you're not getting the justice that you feel you deserve. And so that's what I got for you. The candle is the Virgin is lighting a candle to the Mary of Guadalupe. And so that's kind of what I see in this situation here. And where you're at, right at this moment, Christina, is that you're kind of stuck. And then you're stuck. And so in this sense of this being incomplete, you're not complete within yourself, but you need to become complete within yourself. So we're going to go, I'm going to do one more oracle, and this one is to see what Mary Mother has to say for you in this moment. And like before, we're talking about right now. We're not talking about tomorrow, and we're not talking about yesterday. We're talking about right now. Because everything in energies of tarot and divination is really all about right now. And so, Mary, yes, it is hard. I understand that. Believe me, I understand that. I understand that. And I understand that. And so this is a message from Mary Mother for you right now on how to get past this and how to heal and how to become complete in this moment. We want to see what Mary has to say for you. So I'm going to pray right now. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Christina. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Christina now and all throughout this process. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Christina. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Christina now and all throughout this journey. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Christina. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Christina now and all throughout her journey. And this one is Our Lady of Inner Gate. Your heart yearns to know and express grace. Such empowerment of heart requires fearlessness born of meeting and healing one's inner pain. Confrontation with darkness will not destroy you. It will free you. You will realize the innate spiritual protection within your heart, and you will awaken your capacity for healing and growth. Your heart will open naturally and without fear. So much good will come from this. And so this is the image of the inner gate. That inner gate is in you. It's in your heart. And it is right through this portion. And there's all these different realms here. Birds flying, bluebirds. Your hands. And you must go in here. And in here is your heart. And here is that place that you can find peace. You can find your own love. And so what you need to do, and I've said this before, and this is something that we all should do. All of us should do this thing. To, when you look in the mirror, look at yourself, and say, I love you. You are beautiful. You are beautiful because your parents made you in their love. In their love, they made you. And when they saw you for the first time, you were the most beautiful thing they have ever seen. And all your ancestors are there behind you, happy for you. Happy for you to, and wanting you to be happy and happy within yourself. So you can go through that gate and you can experience justice and you can be reborn. But it takes time, and I understand it takes time because broken hearts are hard to get past. They get hard. I mean, the lack of love, that lack of love from this other person. It's hard. It's hard to go on. It's hard to go on. And it's just easy to stay, well, we kind of cycle around and cycle around. But That gate is open for you to go through any time when you're ready. Okay? There's something I didn't do here. I need to add up these numbers because these are all, wow, they're all like major arcana numbers there. Interesting. So we're looking at, I'm going to see what your, I know I generated an angel number before I began this night. So you understand? You can go through that gate anytime. But we have a number here to think about. Um, 18 plus 14 plus 7. And so it's 5, change, 9, complete, and 7. We're going to reduce this down to a single digit. And we're looking at 16, 21, 3. So 3 is a number about creative expression and self-expression, creativity. You can look at it as a sense of a triangularness of yourself, and different spiritual realities all within yourself. If it was like anything, something like that, okay, all right. And it's hard to, these broken hearts, they're hard, So in a sense, you're kind of like, this is where you're kind of at right now in this 9 of Swords kind of, but you're also, kind of like right here. There's a couple different states that you're in, and I drew these because I understand these things, because this is also in places where I am at too. And we are all where you're looking at here, what you're looking at here, Christina, this is not, I didn't draw these at random. I pulled them, I selected them before I even started this live stream, when I was reflecting upon the concept of self-sabotage. And maybe a lot of what you have going on is that you are sabotaging yourself. And in your sabotage of self, you are preventing yourself from achieving a state of happiness. But of course, happiness is always fleeting, and it kind of goes around and around and around. But this, I'm going to tell you about this energy here. I experience this energy all the time. And it is, you have your shadow self, the devil inside, your shadow self. And your shadow self torments you. It torments you with your own lies, the things that you tell yourself about yourself. And that puts you in this kind of a prison. But the thing about this prison is that this prison is entirely self-made. This is something that you put yourself in. And you can get out of this prison at any time. You can go out of this prison that you've made for yourself and go to this. Yeah, the self-sabotaging reading was not Mama Sushi's. That was actually mine. We were reading together. We were reading together because self-sabotage is I do that to myself all the time. Not as much as when I was younger, but this is this sense of this energy here, and where in a sense that I'm just using this as an example, because it's a common thing. It's very common, and amongst human beings, because there is a universal experience of human beings. And that's why tarot works. And that's why tarot works, is because there are all these universal experiences. And so in this sense, this is where, when you are in a self-sabotage place, or in a broken-hearted place, or in a place where you're trapped by your own fear and your own anxiety, you're up late at night and you are crying in your sleep. You're crying and you're crying inside, and you're surrounded by interior battles and everything. But a lot of this, but the thing that is driving all of this is this. It's this shadow self, your shadowy self within you. It's your, it's whatever that is. You know what these things are for you, and someone else knows what they are for them too. It's maybe those lies you tell yourself about, that maybe you feel like you're unloved, or you're sad, or people feel sadness all the time. I mean, that's just a natural thing, and whatnot. But in this sense of this person who you're hanging on to, and that maybe that you can never have love again. But that's not true, because this is a self-made prison. And so, yeah. And so and only you can get out of this. And this, not no one else can free you from this place when you're at. So you can go in through that gate at any time you want. But generally, it happens when you're ready to go through that gate. When you're ready. And, and you're probably just not ready right now, but when you're ready to go through that gate, you can go through the gate and you can open up into another part of your journey. And so that's really all I got for you. Here, you can unwrap those bindings. You can walk around those swords. You can go up to the castle. Here, you're laying in bed, crying at night. And at any time, you can free yourself and crawl up that ladder into the next stage, whatever that next stage is. And maybe that next stage is here, into a sense of happiness. Or it could be this, that you're going to go into a place where you will contemplate and reflect on your life, and reflect on this lamp where the fire burns with neither wick nor fuel, this eternal light thing, and reflect on that. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Yeah. It's all about you. That's the thing, is you got to remember with some of these things that there are a lot of cases where these situations are not about you, and I mean, there are situations, and because not everything is within our control. There's many things that are not in our control. The weather. Well, the weather is not something that's in our control. What our leaders do, well, that's something that's not in our control. We have some control agency over that. We have a certain amount of agency in our lives. If there's an earthquake, if there's a wildfire, if there's these things, or if a rock comes down from space and land and slams into the earth, these are all things we have no control over, and they're things that, I don't know. Anyway, those are just big things, and wars and everything. Those are things that we don't have control over. And those things will take our agency away from us. But in the matter, and in this thing that you're dealing with, you do have agency. And it's just about seeing that, seeing where it is and what you have. Okay, and that's all I got for you. I don't know if anybody else wants a reading, but otherwise, I think that I can't stay up till dawn again like I did last night. Well, I'm going to come back tomorrow night for a short time. Thank you, Christina. I'll come back tomorrow night, but then I have family functions all weekend, and anyways, I need to use the restroom really bad. Does anybody else have a question or anything? Yes. I do. I do need to get up early tomorrow too, and I don't know what time it is. It is 1:30 in the morning, and yeah. But I tell you what, I'm gonna step away for about 5 minutes, and I'll be right back. So I'm not really ready to turn the stream off. So the time now, I'm gonna take a break and go use the restroom, have a drink of water, and I'll be right back. And what time is it now? It's 1:30. So I am going to be back. I'm going to be back in that much time. I'll be right back, so don't go away. All right, I am back. I'm not taking a rest. I'm just, I guess I was only gone a couple minutes, 4 minutes then. Yeah, I like this thing. I like these little doodads. Have a drink of water. All right, let's start. I'm going to clear the air here and wipe the slate clean. If anybody else has a okay. So does anybody else have a question? All right, well, I think then I'm going to move to this is a singles and relationship deck. I'm going to put my Princess Tarot away. Okay. I'm not going to put the What's the Vibe one away. Let's take this one and put it away. I love this tarot, this deck. It's funny, Tarot Ask Backwards, a YouTube friend, he gifted this to me for my birthday. It was on my Amazon wish list for a brief moment of time before I changed it, but I like the large cards. I didn't think I'd like a large card. I didn't realize just how useful purely a major arcana deck would be. Put that away. Well, we might take a look at, I don't know, let's put this What's the Vibe away. We're probably not going to get any more questions. It's a quiet night. Maybe we'll get something else. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to try an exercise here. I'm going to draw a card at random, and this card is representing me at this right moment. And so it was a Tea and Tarot. On his channel told me about this spread. It's kind of a spread. It's sort of a gauge, a tarot gauge of like the one I did in the Major Arcana, but it's kind of a different, slightly different one. I'm going to select a card that represents my state right now. One card that represents my state of mind right now, my state of being. What card represents what I am right now, right at this moment? Which card best represents me right in this moment, right in now, not tomorrow, not yesterday, not this morning, not 5 minutes ago, but right now. What card best represents where I am at this exact moment? Ask Mary to reveal this truth to me. What card represents me in this exact moment and time? not tomorrow, and not 5 minutes ago, but right now. So the temperance in reverse. So what represents that? And temperance in reverse form. So what are we looking at? That was that card that... So what represents me is a state of being not in balance, out of balance. So right now I am out of balance. That's what it says. So I'm going to put this back in the deck, and we're going to find it, and we're going to find out what is... So then what card is before it and what card is after it. And this will determine what it is that I need to work on in order to rebalance myself. So what do I need to do to rebalance myself? How do I rebalance myself? So we're asking for the truth. How do I rebalance myself? What do I need to do to rebalance myself? What do I need to do to rebalance myself? What do I need to do to rebalance myself? What do I need to do to rebalance myself? Okay, I'm going to give it another little shuffle. Thank you, Christina, for letting me read for you today. What do I need to do to rebalance myself? Okay, give it one more shuffle. All right. So do I want to know what it is? Okay, that was temperance, the temperance card. I'm going to go just searching through the deck for it. Look for the card before and the card after. Okay, here it is. Okay. Interesting. So, to rebalance myself, to put myself back into a state of equilibrium like this, so we got the Ace of Wands behind me. To rebalance myself, I need to rekindle my passions. My passion for spirit. My passion for creativity, for art. And that is resting in between the moon reversed. And so to rebalance myself, I need to give up. I need to stop lying to myself. That's been a theme all evening, hasn't it been? Or partially. Lying to yourself. You know, it is a full moon tonight, too. 100% full moon. And what the truth of the full moon is telling me is that I need to stop lying to myself. Interesting. Rekindle my passions for art, for the creation of new things. And that's what this temperance card is. This is actually my card too. And I have this was something I don't really wear it very often. I have worn it. I don't wear it at all, but I have it. These are, when I was doing more ASMR-ish videos, I would put these rings on just as kind of a visual thing. Where is that? The temperance one. It's missing one. Huh. It's not in here. I have a temperance ring anyway someplace. It's like I don't have it anymore. Interesting. It's probably in that drawer over there. Different things. For my program, the 999 show. Anyways. A 999 ring. Moon, star, sun ring. It's too big for me. And a little pocket rosary. Anyways. Well, it's probably time to say goodnight. So we'll end. I guess I need a what we'll go and look about. So what do I need to do to rebalance myself? I'm just gonna continue on reading myself. What do I need to do to rebalance myself? How do I rebalance myself? How do I rebalance myself? The cards don't want to come out. Not yet. How do I rebalance? That's the one. Well, this one came out last night. Bloom, bite the bullet, embrace your totem, find that moment, that sign that it is time. Ride your tricycle, rekindle your passion for poetry. Age by age, we live, riding our tricycles through the streets. Flowers bloom, dogs bite. The moment is magic right now. Under the moon, I can see plants on the ground, shrouded in shades of gray. Colors brilliant under the sun, dulled down by pain. Tack, quack, whack, back. Tack, quack, lack, back. Twack, quack, laugh, back. Full moon shining on Stoic's back. The full moon shining on Stoic's back. We can see it outside. Makes you wanna cry sometimes. The beauty of the moment, the beauty of the now, the beauty evokes an emotion, no response to this amazing world that we live in. This amazing world that we live in. Birds flying, settling down on limbs, staring out, upside down, right side, all around at the earth. The movement of the clock around the dial. Says something about your style that only you can file away or defile at will. Hands moving around the dial, spinning around like a record, a record, a record of music, musical beats, beats, beats. 6:50 a.m. 6:50 a.m. I can see it. A fire burning under that bush. A fire burning under that bush. 1:51 a.m. 12:32. And what number is this right here? 1-9. 1 at the beginning, 9 at the end. Together, let's begin again. 191. 919. Laughing out loud, I see that full moon bright inside me, you, we are united here in this moment, a moment in time under the moon, light bright. All right, how was that? UCIC. UCIC. That's good. Well, it was good to see you, Stoic. You know what, Stoic? I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you a wrench. You can be a standard moderator. So if I ever get like lots of people come in and you find somebody in here and you're here and somebody's being disrespectful, you can put them in timeout or you can just give them a warning about that. So it's within reason. I have been like accepting of trolls to a certain degree, but if a person is harassing someone else, so if it's just a matter if I'm really busy in my chat, so if I come to a place where there's like 20-30 people in here and then someone comes in and is being disrespectful of others or whatever, then I'm giving you the power to either to block them, or actually I would just, my preference would be is that if they're really egregious, just time them out for like a day. That's all. Blocking would be someone who's really spamming things up really bad. But it's use your discretion about that. That's all. Generally, a lot of times I do just try to turn the trolls into people, because most a lot of, yeah, except trolls, but but I'm not using, okay, yeah. So yeah, that's what it is, because you know it's the a lot of time I would think with it's just the disrespect of other people mainly. And the Bart Simpson troll is not really one that I don't really worry about that one. The um, children. I don't really think they should be here. I don't cater to children. But that's just me. And yeah. But anyways, I think that I need to get up. I need to start thinking about going to sleep. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, thanks for coming in. This is actually, it's been kind of a low key night. I did, yeah, yeah, yeah. And my other channel, when I was doing lots of art, it was really easy to handle the trolls. Now, other people who are, I mean, anyways, you know what I'm talking about. It's just about the one thing. Okay, what do you got going on? What do you need? What can I do for you? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Do you have a question you'd like to ask, or a general, just a general reading? Okay. All right. A 3 month general reading. Okay, I need a note card. Hmm. Okay. All right. Let's clear the air. does Stoic need to look out for in the next 3 months? Okay, what does Stoic need to look out for? What energies does Stoic need to look out for in the next 3 months? What does Stoic need to look out for in the next 3 months? What spirits what does Stoic need to look out for in the next 3 months? What does Stoic need to look out for in the next 3 months? What does Stoic need to look out for in the next 3 months? What does Stoic need to look out for in the next 3 months? What does Stoic need to look out for in the next 3 months? I am a conduit. I am a conduit of this truth. 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 Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, blessed is the fruit of your womb. Stoic. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Stoic now and all throughout this next 3 months. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. Stoic. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Stoic now and all throughout the next 3 months. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. Stoic. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Stoic now and all throughout this next 3 months. And what is the spirits that Stoic needs to look out for in these next 3 months? Boundaries, distance, and intimacy, mutual respect in relationships, being close with your friends and family. Maybe not watch out for, but this is something that you need to work on. Work on being close with friends and family, loved ones, lovers, spouses, partners. Be respectful of their boundaries. Oh, I need to put the cards over here. And these are just energies. These are energies. Distance, being ghosted, maybe some separation of friendships, partners ghosting, or friends ghosting. I'm going to layer on top of this. I'm going to layer on top of this a okay. I'm going to go do some bibliomancy here. And I'm going to get a page number. For Stoic in the next 3 months. A word for Stoic. $15. I'm going to write that number down because that's also an energy level. Looking at 15. 151, 1519. And then this also translates into an energy level of 10, 15, 16, 7. So this is the in tarot, this is the energy level of 7. 1 and 5 makes 6. Yes, 6, 6, 7. 7 plus 9 is that right? 16? Yeah, 7 plus 9 is 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. So this is the energy that is that you will be in, or you can think about over the course of the next 3 months. And that energy is that of the hermit. Number 7, about contemplation. And the hermit is that spirit of contemplation and doing soul searching and looking within. So to spending some time looking within. Now let's take a look at page 1519 and see what 1519 has to say. It's taking us right into these songs here. At the end of the book, it's all about hymns and so forth. 1519. Immaculate Mary, thy praises we sing, who reignest in splendor with Jesus our King. Ave, Ave Maria, Ave, Ave Maria. In heaven the blessed thy glory proclaim, on earth we thy children invoke thy fair name. Thy name is of power, thy virtues are light. Thy love is our comfort, thy pleading our might. We pray for our mother, the church upon the earth, and bless, dearest Lady, the land of our birth. So those things can mean different things for you. Church means, in a sense, body, and it's a community body, or if in literal sense it's translated to body of Christ, but then you're looking at Christ consciousness. You look at Christ consciousness, or that higher self. In this case, you might look at this as an ultimate goal experience. Be the teachings of Christ, don't worship Christ. Be, not look at from afar, far. The virtues of light, love, comfort, pleading our might. So all this whole page is all about feminine energy, feminine of the divine feminine. And while you are contemplating, to spend time contemplating the divine feminine. And then if you look at other, welcome Glenn. And so if you look at other energies, you're looking at you're looking at that intuitive spirit. So with that, there's another thing of looking for. So these things, these are just a few things to look out for, making sure that you have appropriate boundaries. You're being respectful of others, work on intimacy with others, and beware of adding, or you maybe add distance where it's necessary, or not to be alarmed if this happens, if some distances occur. Okay. I must have missed something here. Wow. Lots of things came in the chat here, and I didn't even realize that. Okay, so distance is throwing you off. Okay. Um, So for clarification, I was just thinking of it, when I'm thinking of it in terms of, is that here, it's better doing it this way. Actually, here, I'm thinking of it in terms of this. When I think of Ave, of that feminine energy, I'm thinking of this. I'm thinking of that number 7 or 9. And 9 in tarot, 7 in numerology, essentially the same as this 9 energy in tarot. But in that Ave Maria, it's this. I see this, the divine feminine, the contemplating that of the high priestess, and being in this kind of a state of being, spending more time as like this. I don't know if that makes any sense. And then that here, maybe we can see what else. What else? Let's just finish. What else do we have for you? Let's go 3 cards. 3 cards for Stoic, just for things to watch out for. 1 card for each month. 3 things to watch out for. Or no, it's not 3 things about the next 3 months. Actually, that's probably better. 3 things, 3 tarot energies about the next 3 months. 3 tarot energies about the next 3 months. Okay. And look at that, card's coming up a lot. So deception, dissatisfaction, and let me see. Accomplishment. Accomplishing your goals, being content, basking in the glory of the sun, the things, the bountiful nature, what's out in nature. But then you got this other image of not being fat and happy, surrounded by all of your cups. And then this sense of this moon reversed of be careful about things that are deceptive. You do need to be kind of careful about what you ask for sometimes. So, anyways, does this it all make sense for you, Stoic? Okay, all right. I'm gonna put this away, and I do need to start thinking about going to sleep. I do know that. Let's put the cards away first. And we'll put that over there. I'm gonna have to throw out all those cards soon. Okay, let's clear the air. And Glenn has a question. Okay, let me write that down. That sounds like 2 questions, but I'm going to... I'll just use the back. Well, I spelled the name wrong, and... Okay. So you have 2 questions. The first question is can I get work from home as a freelancer? And 2, can I get... Is it can I get or will I get? Can I get a corporate job in information IT? Information technology. Okay. You can, but will you? I think I need to phrase that. Will I get? I think that because there's no reason why you can't do these things. The question is will and this is for Glenn on 7/11/25, and that's the energy here is will, and we're looking at yes, no. Okay. Mary. Glenn is seeking the truth. He's seeking the truth in this question. He's seeking the truth in this question. Will Glenn get a work from home freelance job? Will Glenn get a work from home freelance job? 3 cards. 2 or 3 upright is a yes. 2 or 3 downturn is a no. Will Glenn get a work from home freelance job? So the answer to that question is no. Okay, Juice World, hold on. We'll get you next. So the being self-employed at home, work from home, it looks like a no. Okay, let's try the next one. But we might try it in a different form. I originally wanted to see what the dice have to say. We'll reduce these dice down to a single digit. And yes is an even number, and no is an odd number. And so will Glenn get a corporate job in information technology? Will Glenn get a corporate job in information technology? Will Glenn get a corporate job in information technology? 10, 15, 1 plus 5 is 6. So that's 15 reduced to a single digit to get me a is 6, and that's even. And so this is yes. The dice say yes. But let's just see if the tarot concurs. We'll see if the tarot concurs. We're going to do it just for verification. Will Glenn get a corporate job in information technology? Will Glenn get a corporate job in information technology? Will Glenn get a corporate job in information technology? Okay. The tarot says no. So it looks like it's yes or no. Wait. The tarot says yes. So it confers it's yes, yes. Yes, yes. I was reading that wrong. So I got yes out of yes. So the answer to that is yes. You can get a corporate job. So, but see, Glenn, this is for the energies as of 7/11. Tomorrow is a brand new day. Tomorrow. Well, but I would urge you, well, what are you looking for, Juice? Well, I'll make you the last reading, and then I gotta go. Yeah, so Wheel of Fortune is a good sign, and we look at those numbers there. And so, what is the energy around this? So the energy around this is 19. It's 3. The energy around this is is of a 3, the overall of a 3 being a creative expression, of creativity. And that maybe if you did get this job in information technology, that it would be a good expression of your creativity. Okay, how about one more, and then I gotta go to bed. I need a blank card now. Do I have another blank card? Okay, for Juice World, I'm gonna take these things and get rid of all of these ones except for the ones of not doing that. I don't need wolf dogs. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, wait. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should hang on to some of these things. So, okay. No, I don't need to hang on to your intentions. Okay. What did I do the last time? What did I do the last time, Juice World? I keep writing 9, so it's 7, 11, 25. Your energy. Oh, okay. You mean, okay. I get you. And you want an energy reading. Energy reading. Okay. Okay, let's start. We're going to do an energy reading for you. I'm going to start with a number and a page number. Let's clear the air first because I don't want you to overlap over with Glenn. Clear the air. Two. One. I interrupted it. 2, 1. 2, 1, 2. need to be quiet right now. So it's going kind of more like this. Hmm. One, two, two, seven. 'Cause I need to make sure the other person in the house is not going to come knocking on my door. So I'm just being quiet right now. So I apologize for the silence. So we have an energy number of angel number 1227. It speaks about balance between your physical and your spiritual realm, and to balance these aspects of your life together. And as you look to accomplish things in your light, you need to spend time looking into your inner light for guidance. So it is these kind of energies that you need to look towards, of your divine feminine and your divine masculine, and looking into your inner light. That's kind of what 1227 means. That's what we have here. And maybe have a bit of a mountaintop experience. This is you, and this is that ascended state. And this is the goal, but these are states you can't stay for very long. You can glimpse them for momentarily, but then they're fleeting and they disappear, and you're left in a state of awe. That's kind of what that is. Mysteries will be revealed to you, but the main energy here is of number 5, a challenge, a change of course, and which can bring about new freedom. Okay? Now we've run into some different words, some words that may so we have chest, we have money bag, we have coin, and we have moon. Look to the moon. Actually, what I'm seeing here is like coin and money bag. And then 1227 of manifesting physical wealth, but also balancing that against the inner light. So balancing physical wealth against spiritual wealth. And this word square. So for me, square means it means your foundation, like the number 4, building your foundation and needing to work on building your foundation. And so that you have a solid footing to stand on. And then you can think also about law, but in this sense, we're thinking of it as this law, the law on your heart, as in that thing which is written into everyone, and the discovery of what that law is through contemplation, gazing within, meditating, journaling, praying, spending time in prayer, and to see this state here, the mountaintop thing, but that this mountaintop thing is actually in here and is written right into here. And so law, square, foundations, and that is the key to manifesting that which you want, to have that balance between your physical wealth and your spiritual wealth. But also, you need to be wise like the owl. But owls can also see in the dark. They are nighttime predatorial birds, but they also symbolize wisdom. And then this sense of cargo and needing to look at your baggage and examine that stuff that you are carrying around with you, and try to figure out, why do you need it? Why do you need to hang on to things that you do, and ask those questions about, do you need this? Do you need this stuff anymore? Okay, that's all I got for you. 18. So what is the total number here between this 12, 20, 27 and... Have I got these two numbers for you before? So we're looking at 9, 3, 9 plus 3 is 12, 3. So, and then again, the number 3. 3, and 3 is, so the energies that I see here that I've gotten this reading is the number 5 and the number 3 and the number 4. So 3, 4, 5. We all make mistakes. You know, when I first started this stream, I was talking about self-sabotage and having a discussion with Mama Sushi about self-sabotage. And that's the first half hour, 40 minutes of this stream. 18. Let's see, how old am I? I'll give you a number here. I'm essentially 3.2 times. I've been 18 3.2 times. So yeah. 18 3.2 times. Yeah, so don't worry about mistakes and so forth. Okay, I'll give you the what's the vibe one, and then I'm going to have to close this out. I stayed up, I stayed up too late last night. Okay. Since we have 3 was the number that came up, this reduced down to 3. I'm going to draw 3 cards. So what is the vibe for, what's the vibe? First word that pop or out is antisocial. For Juice World. I'm going to take the one on the bottom, and I'm going to take the one on the top. These may not exactly refer to you. These are not very good energies here. This one, a need for self-care. The last one. Oh, they are accurate. Two-faced, antisocial, but you have this need for healing. You know what? I'm going to close this out with a, I'm going to ask, accurate. Okay. I want to find out where you're at in your journey. And I want to find out where exactly you're at in this journey right now. So in this exercise, okay, I don't need that card. In this exercise, this is you. This is you, Juice World. Okay? And you are someplace in between the magician and the world. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to mix these cards up. And I'm going to mix them up really good. And you're going to tell me when to stop mixing. But what I'm going to tell you about, what I want to tell you about this, what this is, Juice World, is this is where you are at this exact moment. At this moment, right now. This is all about right now. It's not about tomorrow. It's not about yesterday. It's not about this morning. It's not about 5 minutes ago. It's not about 5 minutes from now. This is all about this exact moment right now. And in this, I want you to tell me when to stop shuffling, when to stop moving. I want to find out where you are at exactly in this moment. So, okay, stop. All right. In this, so you're right in between a state of imbalance but in this next point of forging forward, I better cover up the boobs. So you are where you are right now is now what you have behind you right now is you're feeling out of balance. You're out of whack. And where you're headed is you're headed forward. You're headed forward into some unknown place. So yes, you're headed forward into some unknown place because I don't have the next state. But this is where you're at. The Chariot. A movement. You're moving on, and you're fine, and you have this energy that you can just push forward and move on. Oh, look, there's a top right here. Okay. And so let's see, what else can I get from the Chariot? So where you're headed for is the Chariot. And the Chariot is a good card, whether it's forward or it's upside down or not. It's not a bad card. So it's essentially, you can say, is that, yeah. That was the last read. I got to go to bed. So it's like 3 o'clock in the morning almost. And so I can't stay up till dawn because I'll get another migraine. I will be back tomorrow night for a couple hours. And plus the phone battery's dead. Yeah. Thank you very much. So Lee, why don't you come back tomorrow night? I'm going to open up my stream at about midnight. I'm going to open up my stream. I'm in Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to set it. I'm going to set it for 11:44. 11:44 is an angel number. In the description of this video, I did put the meaning of angel number 1144. And so I've been on for almost 3 hours, and I will come back tomorrow night at 11:44 Pacific Standard Time. However, like tonight, I started 10 minutes late. So if I start, I won't start before 11:44, but I may start a little bit late. It just depends on how much stuff I get done. But tomorrow night, I will only be on for a short time. I have on Saturday morning, I have company coming, relatives. And so I will be on for, I'll try to stick to just 2 hours only. So I'll be on for tomorrow night, be on till 2 o'clock in the morning. I am on the Pacific coast of the United States. So the same time as San Francisco and Seattle, 11:44 is when my next stream will be. Oh, how old am I? I am old enough. I'm old. Numera, welcome. Oh, you came right in at the end. I'm gonna clear out things. I hope that this helped out, Juice World. Hope that this helped out. I wasn't sure if I was actually able to read tonight because I opened up this live stream after having just taken migraine medication, and so but another one of my mentors assured me that this stuff all works regardless of how you feel or what state of being you are in. That though sometimes one does feel disconnected, I feel a little bit disconnected, and that is true. But right now I am tired, and I can't do any more. I apologize. But I'm working up, I'm going to work up to trying to do this 5 hours a day. But I kind of am doing it 5 hours a day because I have another channel. And in my other channel, I am also live streaming as well. I live stream for, I think, before this, I did an hour live stream on my other channel. And so I'm live streaming 4 to 5 hours a day. Okay, and I'm just going to leave all of this stuff here. You know what? I would concur that I thought that my 20s were the hardest years of my life. The teens were bad, but those 20s were really, really rough because that's, because it took me a long, because I had to learn how to work jobs I hated. I had to learn how to learn how to do that. I had to learn how to live within a budget. I had a lot of hard lessons to learn. Learn how to be self-sufficient. How to, and that's rough. That's really rough. So, I am almost 60 years old. And we'll just say a prayer here. I'm almost 60 years old. So I'm going to close this out with a prayer for all of you all. Lord God, I want to pray for all of the folks who came in today, for Juice World, for Glenn, for Stoic, for Namera, for Lee, for Christina, for Mama Sushi, for Chloe. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. For Namera, for Lee. Let's see, did I forget anybody? I think that's everyone. And for anybody that I forgot to mention, I want to ask prayers for that Mary, Mother of God, pray for all of us here, that we do the right thing in our actions in our world, that we do not get bound up by these negative thought cycles, the lies inside that we tell ourselves when we look in the mirror, that we can overcome the self-sabotage that we do for ourselves, these behaviors that wound us, that we can find the strength and the wisdom to move past that need to sabotage ourselves. And I ask this in the name of Mary and all of our ancestors. Amen. Be with us always. Okay. All right. Mary, I'm going to Lupe. Until the next time. Oh, that was hot. All right. I've been on 3 hours tonight. And so, like I say, I'll come back on tomorrow night at 11:44. I might be a few minutes late. I won't be early, but I might be a few minutes late. So just remember that. If I am a few minutes late, I just hang out. But I will be on. Unless if there's an emergency and I can't come on, I will leave a community post, a community tab post. Okay? So I want to thank all of you guys. Thank you. Thank all of you. And until the next time, bye-bye and be safe. And you're welcome. Thank you and bye-bye. And have a great rest of your week.